What are the basic principles behind the introvert and the extrovert? An introvert is actually an individual who enlarges his internal life for defensive purposes. An extrovert is a person who exaggerates his external life also for defensive purposes. The individual who has a normal and happy inner life is not an introvert. An individual who has a gay and happy outer life is not an extrovert, because both the introvert and the extrovert term imply a pressure, a false pressure, or an intensity of some kind. The introvert is therefore one who locks himself against being hurt, not because he has a good time inside. It's very much like the person who decides he'll live in prison because he's afraid of the world. And there are cases of men released from prison who have begged the warden to let them stay because they didn't want to go out into the horrible world of what we call honest folks that look more dangerous than the criminals around him. But the introvert is a person, therefore, who is locking himself in. He does not have a clear and easy path from the outer to the inner phases of his own life. He is inside because he hurts too easily. He is inside because he is afraid. Or he is inside because he is proud and not able to live up to it. He is ashamed to admit weaknesses, or does not wish to be embarrassed by other persons. Therefore, physical deformity or disfigurement frequently leads to introversion. Now, your extrovert is the individual who makes a loud noise because he is afraid to keep quiet. An extrovert is a person who is trying to sell himself on the fact that he is able to live in the outside world. He talks a little too loud. He is constantly reminding us that he is afraid. He doth protest too much, like Lady Macbeth. He is one who is trying to sell himself because he hasn't confidence in himself. Thus, the extrovert is again under pressure. He is afraid to go inside because he is not compatible. He is not adjusted with himself. The introvert, theoretically, is not adjusted with the world. But actually, both of these pressured types are running away from the norm, which is reality, which is simple, natural adjustment. An inner life and an outer life that are compatible and agreeable. The ability to be alone or with other people and be comfortable in either case. This is the desired end. But the individual who cannot make it, who is unable to adjust either to being with himself in the case of introversion or with others in the case of extroversion, tries too hard. And out of his trying he makes tension and sometimes sickness, and very often defeats his own purpose by the disfigurement and exaggeration of his character through these efforts to escape in one direction or another. Between the two is normalcy. And normalcy is a moderation in all things. And where there is normalcy, there is no pressure, no evasion, no defense, and no escape. And that is what we should all seek to achieve.